Oh yes, good morning, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in different parts of the world. This is Adebayo Samuel Adedoyin greeting you live here. Uh, Greetings from my wife and I, Esther Kuganja. It's a delight to be here today. Hi there. Who do we have here? Lochap Walokori. I'm sorry if I pronounced it wrongly. I appreciate your coming here today. Hi Adam Kakama. Thank you for joining us live here today. This is our Saturday live broadcast where we try to treat different topics as regards to life and as affecting different areas of life. Yes, we have been doing a topic called Understanding Life, and it has been really wonderful. Hi June, it's a pleasure seeing you here on the platform. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for always joining us every Saturday. We appreciate you so much. Thank you for all the encouragement and support. God bless you. Hi Kaduzi, thank you for joining us. It's a pleasure having you here also on the platform. Yes, we have been talking about life, and that's what has been bringing us here for the past 1 month, and it has been really interesting. Last week, my wife was with Sister Chimwe Ananaba, and it took a while, to eventually come on, but eventually it was worth the while. It was worth the wait. They talked about life is what? It's an opportunity. Benefit from it, and yeah, that was what they talked about, and they shared experiences. And if you were not here, if you did not see the live broadcast last week Saturday, I encourage you to go ahead and find the videos. It's right there. Just search on this page, on this Facebook page. You will see the video, and I believe that it will really encourage you, to really guide you, and show you to the right direction. Hello Abbas, thank you for joining us this morning. It's a pleasure seeing you here. Okay, today we are going to be talking about something very interesting. We have looked at life in general. We have looked at life, trying to understand what life is all about. We have also looked at life as a gift. All right, we looked at life as an opportunity. All right. My wife some time back also did a talk when she took the poem that Mother Teresa wrote about life, and it was also a wonderful time because we got to see the different sides, what life is all about. Okay, but today we are going to be looking at something much more deeper and interesting. Esther and I were talking together yesterday, or was it 2 days ago, and we said, you see, this topic of life, it may mean that we do it the whole year because it is deep. We cannot exhaust the topic because it is really something that has different sides to it. Okay, and we can keep on talking about it because yeah, it's beneficial. Hi, Animasham Oladimeji. Thank you for joining us today. Right, life is a seed. My wife has put a topic here for us just to remind us what we are talking about. Life is a seed. All right, that is the topic for today. Oh yeah, you can see behind me, I tried to put some lights, right? So it's the Yuletide season. We are expecting Christmas soon. All right, that was the seed that was sown into the world that brought about salvation to mankind. Okay, yes, life is a seed. A seed sown by a sower, watered, nurtured, till it grows to its full potential. Life is not about the number of years you have lived on earth, or will it be the number of years any man can live. If it is about numbers, then it is not worth it. Life is in the quality of seeds that we sow and we nurture. I like to say that again. Life is not about the number of years that we spend on earth, or will it be about numbers. Rather, life is about the value, the quality of seeds that we sow and we nurture. Okay, that's what life is all about. When I was growing up, there is a popular idiom that we learned. Okay, you must have heard this idiom that says, "as old as Methuselah." Have you heard of it? Okay, well, Methuselah is said to have died at the age of 969 years, making him the longest lived figure in the Holy Bible. Now, for those who think that the Holy Bible is just a storybook, well, for your information, Wikipedia gives us the answer to your doubts. The oldest person ever lived, according to Wikipedia, recorded in recent times, is by a woman called Jean Calment, who lived between 1875 and 1997. She is from France. She was from France, okay? She died at the age of 122 years and 164 days. Okay? Now, that is the oldest person to have lived according to Wikipedia. Now, the question is, when did Wikipedia start? How many historians have been able to document information on Wikipedia? Well, all I can say is the Holy Bible is a book that has been contested by several people and they have failed because it's a book of books. It's a book that has withstood time, withstood history. Okay, even looking at the book itself, you can see different eras of human civilization. All right, so if the Bible tells us about the oldest person to have lived, then let's take it as not just fact but as the truth. Methuselah, 969 years to have lived. By the way, I came to understand you know, what the name Methuselah means. The name Methuselah means, it translates as man of the dart. Man of the dart. You know dart now? Okay. Okay. I went into the dictionary. I know what a dart is, okay, but because for the purpose of the broadcast. According to the Cambridge Dictionary, a dart is a small, thin object with a sharp pointed, mouth, that is thrown by the hand in a game, or shot from a gun, or blown from a tube when used as a weapon. All right, that is what a Cambridge dictionary defines a dart as. Many of us play this game about, the dart, whereby there is this round stuff that we put on the wall, okay, and it shows different kinds of perspectives. All right, then there is a center. All right, usually we throw the dart to see if we can target the center. All right, so it's a kind of game that we play. All right, now the name Methuselah translates as man of the dart. What does that mean? It means, his life was lived, straight, how should I explain it? His life was lived, just like that. That's the best way to describe it. You throw a dart, right, to the wall, okay? So that means that he started living, and he lived throughout his 969 years. Guess what? There is no other record of him doing something. There's no other record that shows that he is able to, or he was able to do something with his life. Okay? So for the 969 years, the account of his life, there was no exploits from the account of his life. Only the fact that he was born, he grew up, he got married, he gave birth to children, he lived for a long time, and at the end of the day, he died at 969 years. Okay? Now, there was nothing that he contributed to society. Not even a speech. When you make a speech, people quote what you have said, from what you have said. Okay? There was no quote that was able to be retrieved from him. All right? He didn't do any invention. There was no technology. He did not popularize any philosophy. At least maybe you did not, maybe you did not propound a theory. Maybe you got a theory from somewhere and you tried to popularize it. No, he did not even popularize it. So all that we know about him was that he was born, he lived, he got married, he gave birth to children, and then when the time came at 969 years, he died. If you ask me, and many people that are thinking, right, that is a life, that is a wasteful life. That is a wasteful life. There was nothing that historians could say about him. Even archaeologists, those who dig the ground, who look at the remains of people or animals or things to find out, history, to talk about different things. Even archaeologists they could not trace him. They could not find anything about him. All right. Now, the oldest book ever, the oldest book ever, that is the Holy Bible, is only able to say, only able to mention him because of the fact that he was the oldest person to have lived. What does that tell us? That tells us that whatever age we live up to is not as interesting as what are the values of the seeds that we have sown. What are the value of seeds that we have sown? Life is a seed. Life is a seed. Now, when we are talking about seeds, we don't actually keep seeds. All right? We don't keep seeds. A seed kept is to be sown in the future. A seed kept is to be sown no matter how long it was kept. The purpose of the keeping of it is still to be sown in the future. Now, for every seed that is stored, there are multiple ones that is sown or consumed or reproduced. I'll take for example, tomato seed. Now, tomato seed lasts longer. The shelf life of a tomato seed is between 4 and 5 years. That is how long it can last. All right? Between 4 and 5 years. Compared to, pepper seeds. For those who are familiar with pepper. Well, some people call it pepper. All right? Pepper seeds the shelf life of pepper seeds are between 2 and 3 years. All right? Now, no matter how long you keep seeds, you still have to sow it. How does that, what does that have to do with us as human beings? Now, throughout this topic, I'll be trying to use, plants and animals as seeds in relation to we human beings. All right? I'll try and draw comparisons, and I'll try and bring out facts and things that we can learn from. Okay? Now, let us learn from seeds, plant seeds. All right? No matter how long we keep them, we still go ahead and sow them one day or the other. Because what is the essence of having a seed without sowing it? Now, how does that relate to us? Our lives are seeds, actually. Our lives are seeds. Now, we don't keep our life because we want it to remain as it was from the very beginning. We don't do that. In fact, it is crazy to hear some absurd comments from some people who want to grow up looking younger. It is almost impossible. In fact, it defies the law of life. When you pass your peak age, your youthfulness degenerates. It is like the law of diminishing returns. Okay? The more you tend to keep your life, the less your life becomes, the less the quality of your life becomes. This is why we cannot keep our lives. Rather, we have to sow our lives, because life is a seed. Life is a seed. Let's hear what Sister June says. Sister June says, life is not the number of years we have lived, but about how we use our days and years to transform the life of those around us. Good. That's great. That's a good one. Thank you, Sister June. Now, the quality of fruits that we harvest is dependent on the quality of seeds we sow. The quality of fruit that we harvest is dependent on the quality of seeds that we sow. Our lives is a seed. Our life is a seed. All right. Now, this is what I'm about to say now. It concerns lots of people, especially parents, guardians, teachers, pastors, leaders, actually. Those who hold positions in different areas that involve raising people. Now, the quality of the generation of people that we produce in society, I say we because I'm also part of them. I'm also a teacher. All right. Now, the quality of the generation of people that we produce in society is dependent on the quality of seeds we sow in them. We sow seeds by our actions, by our inactions, by the words that we speak, or the words that we don't even speak, the love that we give, or the love that we don't give, the lessons that we teach, or the lessons that we don't teach, the image we portray, and the image we do not portray, the discipline we hold, and the discipline we don't even hold, the character we emulate, and the character we do not emulate. All these are examples of seeds that we sow. They are examples of seeds that we sow. And whether we like it or not, whether we are sowing it intentionally or consciously or unconsciously, people around us are watching. They are learning. They are learning from what we are doing, and they are also copying and repeating the same. Okay? That is why we cannot afford to sow bad or poor quality seeds. We as parents, for example, we cannot say that, okay, we are this today and tomorrow we change our image to something else. The children that we are rearing, they will not understand us. They will think that life is all about we changing like chameleons. All right? They will think that we are all about doing things, by manipulating things. We should have a standard for life. If you say you are a Christian, then you must be a Christian. You must not be you must not be an impostor. You must not, create an image of what you are not. You must be, from the very beginning, the person that you say you are. If they come and meet you in 10 years' time, you are still the same person that you say you are. That is why it is very important that as leaders, as parents, as guardians, and even whatever position we hold, we must be careful how we relate with those that we are trying to raise. All right? Even especially um, uh, um, relationship between mentors and mentees as well. Relationship between mentors and mentees as well. As a mentor, you're supposed to guide people through their skills and use their life experiences to teach them, right? Supposed to model, a life that is worth living. You cannot be a mentor and then you you fall, from the kind of image that your mentee has put you. You have to really understand that they are looking up to you, and so you cannot afford to live any lesser than the image that you have set before them. We cannot live below standards. All right? So, in other words, if we look all around us, because of the way many of us have lived in time past, this has created so many things that are negative in society. We see societal decadence. We see corruption. We see manipulations of all kinds. We see moral decay. They say charity begins at home. All right? We don't see that anymore because we have failed to step up in our responsibility towards those who we are raising up. And now, what we see in the society is the opposite of what it should be. Okay? We have sown poor seeds. We have sown bad seeds. And what goes around comes around. Our inability to do what we're supposed to do have led to miscreants in society, have led to notorious robbers in society, have led to beggars in society, have led to people who are weak, who are not able to stand up for themselves and declare their rights. They have led to so many other things that if we begin to name them, we will not leave this place today. How would you feel? Would you want to be related with a notorious criminal? Someone that the police is looking for, has been declared wanted. How will it look like when you see someone as wanted and you are the teacher, you taught him or her in primary school or at the secondary school? Will you open your mouth and say, he's my student? You will close your mouth because of what? Shame. All right? This is why it is important for us to sow right seeds, good seeds, seeds that are capable of transforming lives, seeds that are capable of doing the right thing. We know the truth. We hear the truth. Let us speak the truth. When it comes to saying the truth, even if it costs us our lives, let us not change our words. Let us stand by what we believe in. Let us hold on to the faith that we have. Let us profess what is right, regardless of whether it will make us poor. Because, today, because of money, many of us have changed the kind of truth that we're supposed to be speaking. We have begun to manipulate others. We have begun to, accept half truth when we know the real truth. And what we are simply doing is we are sowing seeds that will come back and that will, not only affect us, but affect the society as well. How would you feel like when you are the father or the mother to a governor or a president who is bullying the people that voted him or her into the presidency? How would you feel? How would you feel? Let us think. Let us come to a point where we sit back and reassess how we have been living, how we have been dealing with people. Because life is a seed. Whatever we do or we don't do, directly or indirectly, we are sowing seeds. And those seeds will always germinate. They will always germinate. The kind of seed that we have sown will be dependent on the kind of fruit that we are going to be seeing or experiencing. All right. If you are joining us today for the live broadcast, you are welcome. Please, we'd like you to make your comments, ask questions if necessary. Share the live broadcast with your friends, your family, colleagues, and I believe that it's going to transform someone. Okay, life is a seed. Seeds need work, serious work. Life is a seed. Seeds need work, serious work. Now imagine that you're a farmer. As a farmer, you grow different kind of crops and fruits, and you rear different kind of animals. Now some of the seeds that we sow or we are planting, some of them are delicate, and so they need to be planted with caution. Some of them may not need to be deeply planted in the soil because of their nature. All right, some of them need to be really rooted. If you don't put them deep in the ground, they will not germinate. Some need just to plant it on the surface. All right, some need just a few weeks to germinate, while others need months, sometimes even years before they germinate, depending on the kind of crop. Okay, now what does this tell us as human beings when we are relating with people? This simply means in whatever engagement or endeavor, when we are dealing with people, when we are even doing business, and when we are even studying, whatever kind of endeavor that we find ourselves, including relationships, we need to approach each of those according to their nature. Now imagine a father has two children. One child wants to become a business tycoon. The other child wants to become a doctor. Question: will both of them, even if they are twins, will both of them graduate at the same year? No, it can't happen. Why? Because to be a businessman is not as cumbersome as to be a doctor. Depending on the society you find yourself, you may, as a doctor, you may spend nothing less than 8 years before you can begin to practice medicine. Meanwhile, even in your first year, as a business administration person, you can start doing business. All right? Why? Both disciplines are different. They are unique in their own ways, and they need to be approached in different ways. That is how life is all about. That's what life is all about. In whatever thing that we are doing, it needs work. And work is not just go and do something and come back. No. Work means to start understanding the nature of something. Work means doing a calculation of an endeavor even before you begin it. There's a popular scripture that says that before a man who wants to build a house must count the cost. Must count the cost before he begins it. What does that tell us? That simply means it requires work. Work. All right? Now, when it comes to work, there is patience needed. There is skill needed. There is consistency needed. All right? You cannot rush to achieve something. If you do, you may spoil the whole thing. You may get frustrated. So many people have tried to do business and they have decided in their heart, in their mind, that, well, business is not for them because they have not understood the nature of business. They think, well, it's just buying and selling. But meanwhile, it's far, far more than that. Okay? That simply means that when we approach different things in life, we must approach it with seriousness, not with levity. Some things or some people, for example, they appear, tough. Okay? But if you understand the nature of that person or that thing, you will discover that outwardly it may look tough, but internally, if you're able to get into that thing or that person, you will discover that the person is actually soft. But that tough challenge, that problem, is not as difficult as you think. It just requires you sitting down and understudying it. By the time you understudy it, then you will know how to approach it. You know the method to solve it. You know how best to relate with that person. I used to know somebody who said, I can live with anybody, no matter how difficult the person is. I can live with anybody. So far as I have time, all I need is to understudy the person. Then I will know how to really deal with the person. I got a lesson from there. The lesson is, in everything that you are doing, try to understand the nature of that thing. Or if you're in a relationship, you are trying to, or whatever kind of relationship, try to understand the person. By the time you understand the person, then you know how best to deal with the person. Life is a seed. Now, what is the nature of a seed? What is the nature of a seed? Before I go into that, let me try and see what our viewers, our friends are saying. Esther is saying societal decadence, corruption, moral decay, robbery, murder, etc. are all signs of bad seed sowing. Sajun is replying, very true, very, very true. Okay, let's see. Okay, Sajun says the seed we sow in terms of words, action, and I think I have. Okay. The seed we sow in terms of word, action, and values shape the future quality of society. We need to be careful with what we say to our children, what we do, and how we conduct ourselves before them. Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. Esther says, let us stand by the truth, even if it costs us. Walk in integrity, love and value others, be responsible, be hardworking and diligent, etc. These are all good seeds that we can sow. Very true, very true. Thank you, my love. Good quality seeds require work, serious work. Okay, great. Different seeds require different levels of care or preparation. Each life or seed is unique. Good. I'll still talk more about, when we go into the nature of seeds. We don't have much more time, but I'll try and touch a few things that are really, really important. Okay, if we have another opportunity, we may explore more. Okay, all right. Let me just go ahead. Okay, now life is a seed. What is the nature of a seed? First, let's try to understand what a seed is. A seed is the original state of a whole plant. A seed is the original state of a whole plant. When it comes to our plants, right? Okay. But in general, for example, if you have a multinational company, it did not start as a multinational company. It started as a vision, an idea, a concept, a dream, something sown in your mind, in your heart. All right? That is the original state of the multinational company. Okay? So I said a seed is the original state of a whole plant. Number two, it is the miniature size of the giant manifestable vision. A seed is the miniature size of the giant manifestable vision. Number three, a seed is encrypted with all data that it needs to achieve its full form, its full ability, and its full purpose. I'd like to take that again. A seed is encrypted in itself with all data that it needs to achieve its full form, that it needs to achieve its full abilities and its purpose. Okay? So I've mentioned three things. Number one, that a seed is the original state of a whole plant. Number two is the miniature size of the giant manifestable vision. Number three, it is encrypted with all the data to achieve its full form, abilities, and purpose. Now, what is the nature of a seed? Number one, never underestimate a seed. Never underestimate a seed. Remember, I told you that a seed is very tiny. Usually, it is usually tiny. Okay? But don't underestimate it. Many of us have read the Holy Bible, right? We know the story of the mustard seed. You know, back home, some of these things that we read, we don't really understand them until we experience them on our own. When I traveled out, I was able to, for the first time, see a mustard seed. And lo and behold, it is very, very tiny. But you know, when I saw a mustard tree, I said, wow, are you saying that this tree came out of this tiny seed? Now, mustard seeds, when they mature, their height can be between 6 and 20 feet. With a 20-foot spread. You know, they spread their tentacles. 20-foot spread. Okay? And in some exceptional cases, they can be 30 feet tall. A mustard tree from a tiny seed. Never underestimate a seed. What is that seed in your heart? What is that idea that you have, that you are not giving it relevance? You are not allowing it to grow. You have that idea, but you are thinking, oh, many people have done this thing before. It will not be that's reasonable. You are underestimating the idea that you have. You are underestimating the idea that you have. Two people try to create the light bulb. I've told this story before, right? The Wizard of Menlo Park. You know him, all right? He and Nikolai, what's his name again? So he had a counterpart. I think Nikolai. Okay, but his name is Nikolai. His first name is Nikolai. All right. Now, the first one had Nikolai is actually, there's an argument that he's the one that first created the light bulb. All right, but I think he shared the idea with the Wizard of Menlo Park. All right, but you know what? That one went ahead and tried it 999 times before it became a light bulb. Okay? What you are thinking is not a fantastic idea. It may actually be what will transform the world. Never underestimate the power of a seed. Never underestimate the power of a seed. Now, it is very important that when we are dealing with people, we should treat them with respect, no matter how small they are. I'm talking about people who maltreat children or maltreat children because they are not their own children, or probably those who speak ill or evil about someone because the person is weak. The person cannot defend him or herself. All right. Some people take advantage of other people's ignorance. All right. Now, by the time they are able to defend themselves physically, intellectually, socially, financially, and otherwise, there is this Yoruba philosophy that translates this way. It says that when the child grows up, he will seek the death that killed his parents. What does that mean? When the person is empowered, what you did in order to take advantage of the child, except the child doesn't want to revenge, the child will eventually revenge. Now, that's talking about children, right? But generally, if you take advantage of someone's ignorance and the person finds out eventually, the person is empowered, the person will go all the way out to revenge, to take back what belongs to him or her. This is why it is very, very important that we don't underestimate someone even at the very tender age. Never underestimate the power of seeds. Number 2, nature. Seeds must die to live out its full capacity. My wife says, your life is a seed, sow it and nurture it through self-development and mentorship. Yes, that's brilliant. That's great. Now, number 2, nature of seeds. Seeds must die to live out its full capacity. Is it an irony? I don't think so. We can learn the lesson from plants. Before we can get that mustard seed, a mustard tree, that tiny seed must die. It dying means it is sown in the ground. Now, some seeds are different from each other. Okay? Some seeds have thick shells that protects their embryo and the life that is inside them without it being cracked. All right? So if you want to get the best out of those seeds, you have to find a way to get into the embryo and sow it to the ground. Now, an example of a thick seed, of thick seeds, for example, is parsley. You know parsley, right? Parsley, sweet peas, and there's a seed called nasturtium seed. Now, these are examples of stubborn seeds that need to be softened before planting. Now, some of these seeds, they need scarifying. When I say scarifying, it's a process whereby you try to damage the seed coats, the shell of the seed. Some people do it, through a process called, they do it with, for example, sandpaper. They scratch the body, they try to reach inside a bit, and then they soak it in water so that it can be soft inside. Okay? Now, they do this so that when they sow it in the ground, it then will be able to germinate quickly. Now, what can we learn from that? Well, number 1, everyone as a seed is a seed, right? Before the quality that God has put inside of us can really manifest, we have to go through different challenges in life, what people call problems. Actually, problems are, heat. They are the heat that we need to bring out the potentials that we have. I'll tell you a short story. I'm sorry, our time is running out, but I'll try and be fast. When I was very young, I went to visit my grandmother. We spent the holiday there. Now, my cousins live next to my grandmother's house. So we go out there to play. Now, in their house, they had dogs. And trust me, I don't like dogs. Even my wife is always angry with me. I mean, animals in general, keeping pets in the house, I don't really like. I don't really like it. So there is this time that I went there to visit. In those days, you don't, there's no mobile phone now, so you cannot even call and say, I'm coming, oh, hold your dog, oh. So I went there. When I got there, their door was locked. Obviously, they were not at home. And you know what? When I turned back, guess who was waiting for me? Those snarling dogs. Oh my God. I did not know I could run. I just took off. I ran. And they had two dogs. When the second one heard the second one snarling and barking, that one also from where he was sleeping, woke up and began to run. So one was chasing me from this side, the other was coming from the other side. So it was like I was between the devil and the deep blue sea. And there was a high fence. Their fence is a high fence. When I saw that if I don't do something, those dogs will tear me apart. I don't know what I did. I don't know how I did it. I just scaled the fence. How I did it, I can't tell you. All I know was that I did it. I scaled the fence. I ran for my dear life. When I came back after the whole incident, I said, how did I do this? You would think that, I'm a Ben Johnson. Or you think that I know how to I know how to do what's it called, high jump. What am I talking about? Some challenges that we go through in life will bring out a different side of us that we never knew we had. Okay? All right. When I say that a seed must die to live out its full capacity, it is referring to us as human beings. Something needs to die inside of us so that the very gifts, the abilities, the potentials that we have will eventually come out. We need to die to comfort, especially excessive comfort. We need to die to our own selfishness. We need to die to some comfort zones. We need to die to some comfort zones. If we don't die to them, we will not move forward. We need to die to fear. We need to die to pleasing people. We need to die to an average mentality, an average life. We need to die to living an ordinary life when we are supposed to be aiming for the top. We need to start reaching to greater heights. We need to start living according to the dreams that we have been having. We need to die to hold on to what we think we have by investing it in things that we do not have. All right, I mentioned two natures of seeds today. Well, thank you for joining us today. I really appreciate your time. I've spent more than an hour. I hope that some other time I'll be able to share more on the nature of seeds. Thank you for today. Thank you for learning with us. All right, and I really appreciate you all for joining us. Hi, Evelyn Richards. Thank you for watching. If you have missed any part, please, I encourage you to go back, listen to the live broadcast once more. I think that it is going to benefit you. For as many, if that person that is coming in at this time, welcome. But I think you've missed a lot. I'd like you to, after this broadcast, watch again, play it again, and I believe that it's going to benefit you, going to give you a going to correct your mindset or give you a new flow of thought that can improve your life. Life is a seed. Sow it wisely. Thank you, everybody. Let's see if there is something to share before I go. Sister June says, I too never knew I had a seed of athleticism in me until I was chased by 5 dogs. I tell you, I outran them. Challenges are a blessing in disguise if handled positively. They help us bring what we didn't know we have. Sister June, that is good. That means we have something in common. Thank you very much. Esther is saying, in the same way, the seeds need to die before germination. We too need to die to comfort zones, fear, pleasing people, average mentality, etc., in order to become the best that we can be. Whoa. Thank you very much, my love. Thank you for sharing. All right. This leads us to the end of our live broadcast today. I hope that some other time we can dig deeper into the topic. My wife will be sharing with us next week, and I know that it's going to be a wonderful, time together. All right. Till then, God bless.